Yo, what's going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome. It is the one, the only Pig Trail Network. I'm its host and creator, Tezilla83. I hope you're doing well. We got a lot to cover. Spring football, it's been going on. We need to talk about it. We need to get a little bit up to date. We're going to talk about some injuries and a little bit more. But, yeah, just a slight update there. Before we get into that, if you guys would, at the end of the video, like, comment, share the content that you just watched. And, of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button down below. And, of course, it's never enough to just be a subscriber anymore. Thanks a lot, Google, YouTube. You need to hit that notification bell down below. Tap the bell so that way you'll have a notification sent to you as soon as a video from the PTN is uploaded. You'll know immediately. Let's get into this spring football update really quick. So one of the things that has been bragged about from the media, from people in the media here in Northwest Arkansas who've had the opportunity to actually catch the Razorbacks practice during the spring, have bragged a little bit about the offensive line, and the coaching staff has bragged about the offensive line, and apparently the JUCO transfer Cunningham has stood out a time or two, and Chad Morris has bragged on him, and again, the rest of the staff on the offensive side of the ball has bragged about just some of the improvements, but overall Cunningham has kind of been on the spotlight, and that's a great thing. Obviously, it's better to hear something than to not hear anything at all. And typically, I think with Chad Morris, he'll tell you the things that, yeah, we need to work on. But the most alarming things are the things that he doesn't say. That can tell you quite a bit. And last year I thought, boy, they just didn't talk a whole lot about the offensive line coming out of the spring and coming out of summer workouts. Obviously, coaches have limited access during that time period. But then coming out of the fall, like they just didn't have a whole lot to say. They did kind of talk about Furholt a little bit. You know, Ty Clear, they would throw their names out there and say that they were improving, but you never really felt like they felt very comfortable with anybody on the offensive line, and you could tell it was obviously a work in progress, just like it's going to be this year as well. But Cunningham has stood out. I feel like he stood out since practice has started. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've misinterpreted kind of what the media has said, what Coach Morris has said. Keep in mind, I haven't listened to everything and all the audio from him and the rest of the staff, from Chad Morris and the staff, but I've listened to quite a bit. And again, it sounds like they're at least bragging on him, on Cunningham. There have been moments, there have been some highlights, I guess, during practice with the running game, with holes being opened up a mile wide, and I have seen some footage of that. And I had some issue. I was going to upload that for you and show it to you, but I've had issue getting it downloaded, so I'm unable to do that. But yeah, it's impressive to see, or to at least to hear them talk about and to compliment the offensive line as much as they have, especially with Cunningham. Again, that was a guy that everyone thought, yeah, that's someone going to Oklahoma. He's not going to pick Arkansas. Arkansas is going to lose again to OU with another big-time offensive lineman. And they won that recruiting battle, and here he is already getting complimented. Again, you know what I say, and I feel like I say this a lot, and I just feel like I have to remind everybody, including myself, too, when I read this stuff and I hear this stuff over the radio and, you know, talking to people who are there, I have to take everything with a grain of salt. Like I said, it's better to hear Chad Morris and people bragging on somebody rather than not talking about them at all. Now on to the side of this update that I know we all dread, but we got to talk about it, and that's the injuries. And they're starting to pile up a little bit. We've got guys that were previously injured or they had surgery, and they're going to miss. And then you've got some of these newer injuries. But we'll just I will miss some. I'm sure I'll miss somebody. But if I can find a link somewhere, or maybe I can post the injuries for you. This was copy and pasted and sent to me. I'll just do the same thing. I'll copy and paste it if I can remember down below in the comment section for you, so that way you guys can see it. But of the big ones, you've got obviously Scooter Harris, who had the screw put in one of his, I think his right foot, if I'm not mistaken. He had a screw put in his right foot. Dorian Gerald, he's missed. He's back, although I think he's wearing, I could be wrong, but I think he's wearing a yellow jersey, so he's going to be limited. DeVal Whaley, I don't know what his injury is. Miles Mason, who was a part of the recruiting class, the 2018 recruiting class, he's in a yellow jersey. Shane Clennon, he's out for the entire spring. Rakeem Boyd, we know, had shoulder surgery. Burrito Tutt, that's a guy who last year we all kind of thought going into 2018 that he was going to be someone who would contribute a lot more. Still could. He's a senior. He still could. But, again, that's just a few. Connor Nolan has missed time, but it's obviously because of baseball, nothing super serious. Austin Capps, I have no idea what's going on with Austin. It's something off the field, but I don't know what. Could be Could be anything. I hope it's nothing too severe because he's going to be someone they're going to lean on. Really, you don't want to see any offensive lineman's name pop up on an injury list, but it is spring. They've got plenty of time to get rested and healed up and ready to go for summer and fall workouts. But those are just some of the names. Again, I will, if I can remember, I'll copy and paste this list for you, and I'll throw it down below in the comment section for you to see. It's a laundry list of players. So that's going to do it for the update, for the spring practice update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share the content, and all that stuff. Tap the subscribe button and the notification bell, and we will see you around. Be good. Go Hogs.